What's up, gamers? We are 2-0 in, I assume, 2 more rounds? It might just be 3 rounds. It's probably 4 rounds, but I was going to image generator. Here we go. This is the list we are running. I can't tell. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is the list we're running. The tournament is black and white to Phantom Forces. It's disgusting that it uses that DC and fire energy. But we got the Flare Command Pyro in here. Basically, discard a fire energy attached to it, and it's a Lysander. Pretty cool. Still waiting on one more match, it looks like. Yeah. Got the Seismitoad in there. Seismitoad is broken, of course. Nice, looks like we're live. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I don't know if I ever played any tournaments in this format. I remember playing St. Louis Regionals, which was the first set Primal Clash was legal, or one of the first tournaments, and I got top 4 in juniors in that tournament. I believe I played Evil Till Day 1, and I played Empoleon Day 2. I never played this Pyro list from what I can remember, but I did in Expanded. I did play a standard version of this list. The only expanded cards in here, there actually might not be a single one. I don't believe there is. Yeah. The one expanded card, so the 3 expanded cards Pyro would have played would have been Level Ball, Super Rod, and what was the third one? Tropical Beach. This list is playing lasers. It's more kind of just being a Toad deck, honestly. That's what's happened my first couple games. I hit Blastoise round 1. Let's make a Twitter post real quick. Yeah, I don't think this format was played too much because I don't believe I attended any regionals when this was going on. Like I said, I went to St. Louis regionals, and that was one of the first times Primal Clash was legal. And the format was honestly pretty similar then. But yeah, if we take a look at the metagame, 2 Virizion Genesect, 2 Seismitoads. The Seismitoad I played against last round, it was actually like Virizion Genesect Seismitoad. So basically 3 Virizion Genesect decks. 1 Donphan, Garchomp Altaria. We probably don't want to hit that matchup. We probably just need to Toad, Luck Sack them. Empoleon Dusknoir, we really don't want to hit that matchup. That seems terrible. Another Toad Garb. Toad Garb might be a little sus, I'm not going to lie. The main game plan, though, is Pyro is to just gust and kill their Garb. Definitely don't want to hit Mega Manectric. And then we played the Kelia Blastoise round 1. It went pretty good, although they kind of just bricked on Toad. So yeah, this is it's a fun blast from the past for sure. Tfue. Oh, Mega Manectric. We probably will hit that Mega Manectric next round. That would not be good. Or it could be against Virizion Genesect. So really hoping we don't hit the Mega Manectric. It's pretty likely we will in the next 2 rounds, but yeah. This list is kind of a combination of just a couple different lists I found. I found one list on 6 prizes. One list was a standard list that Puka was playing, which that format would have been Boundaries Crossed to Phantom Forces. And then I wanted to play a Charizard EX as well, but the Limitless wouldn't let me submit it. So this Mewtwo EX would probably be a Charizard EX, although I'd love to play both of them. But for the time being, just a Mewtwo. We got Mewtwo, and you also play Kyurem. This is kind of for, what's it called? This is for Donphan. Great against Donphan. Donphan will probably give you trouble if you're just a Seismitoad EX deck. Maybe, just because they're like two-shotting you and they have Hawlucha. But our game plan instead is we're going to try and go Kyurem, and then we're going to Flare Command and try and just keep bringing up Donphans until they lose. There were a couple of variations of the list. This is the only list that I saw that had Trump Card in it. None of the other lists played Battle Compressor too. I think on release, a lot of decks weren't playing Battle Compressor. It was really just any decks that it had very, very obvious synergy with, like something like Night March then. But I think Battle Compressor seems good with this deck, especially if we're playing 3VS Seeker. Get that synergy with Blacksmith. Although I'm not exactly sure. I haven't used Blacksmith once. I kind of wish I had a Charizard EX in here because I think we get more mileage out of it, and I think we'd have a better shot into this Mega Manectric deck as well if we had the Charizard, because Charizard can hit 200 with Laser Bank. So ideally you'd probably Quaking Punch them and then try and Charizard EX and knock them out. Thankfully Toad does not die in one hit to Mega Manectric. It's weak to grass, but still. Still, Mega Manectric is probably just going to tear through this deck if I had to guess. I don't think, no. Puka's list was playing Laser Bank. The other list was not. And it seems good so far. Just get the extra damage output. The other list was playing, the other list was actually a Black and White to Furious Fist list, expanded list. So it wasn't playing this Pyroar. I don't know how prevalent this Pyroar was, like actually at the time of release. I remember playing it in the standard Pyro list I played, but I like it. Sometimes it might just be better to just have a fourth intimidating main Pyroar, but yeah. Tough to say. Okay, awesome. Looks like the next round's gonna be up soon. That match just finished. It is kind of funny, this deck does play pretty high base switch count. The way a lot of decks are going to try and beat you is they're just going to try and Laser Bank you. So we are playing high copy of switches. I think Pram's list that he got second at Nationals played 4 switches, which makes sense. A lot of decks, like if it's just a basic deck, their only way, okay, is this, I believe this is the Virizion Genesect. Perfect. Okay. And the Mega Manectric is playing against Donphan. So it probably is not going to have a great time against a Donphan, which is good for us, for sure. All right. Looking lined up to go 4-0. Let's go. 4-0 or 3-0, I guess. New game. Let's challenge. Quick play. Expanded unrestricted. Pyroar. I think I get some challenges to people, but I'm not sure how. I've been challenged the last 2. I'm not super familiar with TCG1. Let's see. Lobby. I guess I'll just put up a game and we'll Pyroar. Create game. Oh, there we go. Join. Perfect. I don't know. So traditionally, Verzi and Genesex only reel out to Pyroar is G-Booster. I mean, they can G-Booster through one Pyroar, but you would kind of just hope to, I mean, you just need to knock out 3 Pokemon and you win, basically, so. Lol. But did start Seismitoad. Definitely not gonna bench that second Toad. My opponent is going first. No attachment on Virizion is great for us. I'm tempted to bench the second Toad. It doesn't, no. Got a computer search. Yep, I don't have any way to pick up Pokemon, so benching the Toad just feels really bad. We'll just grab a Juniper here. Muscle Band up the Toad. Juniper. Ooh, okay. Laser. No Virizion EX in play, so we get that. Ultra Ball away Lysander, and I guess the Juniper. I'm probably not getting item locked. I guess we'll do double Lysander just in case. Yeah, might as well. Put down a Litleo. Dang, and we even got the DC. Yeah, this is a fantastic start. Get the Quaking Punch. Item lock before my opponent can play a supporter card. Not much more you can ask than that. Change my mic here. Test, test, test. Probably need to put some kind of background noise filter. You might just lose here. If he doesn't have another basic, it's, yeah, you lose the Quaking Punch. Dang. This deck's brutal. This is how this is how most of my games have been going, man. This is rough. What a broken deck. KO. So it's interesting when I was like putting these lists together, or when I was putting this list together earlier today, let me ask him if he wants to play another one for fun. Oh, looks like he exited already. I guess we can watch one of these other matches. When I was putting together this list, it was just really interesting in this format because draw support, like all of these decks, especially in like the formats before this, were playing like 10 draw supporters and usually Jirachi EX, like consistency wise. Whereas like nowadays, there's so much onboard like draw support, but there wasn't in this format. There was no onboard draw support basically. So I was even like, one of my hands, I was like, dude, I wish I had Jirachi in here. Because I think initially there were 2 Bicycle over the 2 Choruses, and I saw that and I'm like, probably just want the Choruses. It's such a Toad heavy format. I don't think it really I don't think it was a super Toad heavy format. Like Toad was a prevalent deck, but it wasn't as dominant as it probably is like with us replaying it after, you know, Toad had 5 years of dominance or whatever. But obviously going back and putting a retrospective on the format kind of lets you, take a relook at that and realize how broken this card is. You look at this card's Limitless page. It's really funny. It has a result. When was this Aichi expanded? Is this 2024? Yeah, 2024. That's really funny. So it has a Limitless page from 2024. It probably would have kept having pages in. This is crazy. This deck was a thing. This was 2020. Wow. Yeah, that's ridiculous. There were quad Seismitoad decks in this format still. It was just the best big item locker, especially in a deck like this. This deck is crazy. Once expanded got all these tag teams, man. I have a very soft spot for these expanded decks, but man, they were so strong and broken. I wonder what Pyroar's Limitless page looks like actually. Let's see. A lot of just control. Okay, yeah. So obviously there wasn't Limitless for in like past 2015, like you have these U.S. Nationals results, and it had a good showing at U.S. Nationals, and it looks like the rest of these. I don't remember. Okay, it was with a Ditto Prism Star. Wow, I completely forgot that Pyro was played in this Trevenant deck. That's really funny. Some of these like old expanded decks I think are just super cool and innovative. I know expanded really was a shit show, but like I think it's really cool to see. This was a Zoroark list. This was with a 1/1 Pyroar, also with Gliscopod. Got to play. Oh, I thought it would play Blend Energy. This probably could have played Blend Energy, I would think, because it's Grass, Fire, Psychic. But opting to play Rainbow Energy, I'm not sure why. Anyways, back to the format. Yeah, I think Virizion Genesect was probably the strongest deck overall. Just super dominant. Won a couple regionals, I believe. I played Empoleon Dust. Yeah, I think I had Duskmore in it. I played an Empoleon deck to the St. Louis Regional Championships, which that was the standard format of it would have been Boundaries Cross to Primal Clash, and then the expanded format was on day 2. So for juniors, I was just top 8. But for masters, like their entire day 2, it was really weird because on day 1 was standard, and then if you made day 2, you could completely change your deck, and it was expanded, which they only did that for 1 year. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. You could switch your deck, kind of switch it up. I thought it was always really fun to play expanded. I think I only top 8'd 2 regionals that year. I top 8'd St. Louis, and then I got finals at, it was like the Kitchener-Toronto regionals that year. Which I think that, yeah, that format would have also been Boundaries Crossed to Primal Clash, but it was at the tail end of the format when Toad was like super dominating. I remember the finals of that, I think, was probably for Masters. I think it was Toad Slurpuff versus Exeggutor. Exeggutor was also a really stupid, broken trump card deck that completely warped the game. See which. Watch this match. Oh, this game's not active. Let's see this one. Do our alternating. Donphan versus this is that Yanmega Megamanectric list. Oh, this is the, yeah, this is this match. Okay. Computer search. Yeah, it's really funny. Donphan has, or this Yanmega has resistance. This Donphan is hitting for a substantial amount of damage still, even 80 with resistance, which is pretty funny. Yeah, opting to just go solo Yanmega in this matchup. I still don't. I guess you can just go back and forth between these Yanmas once you get them both powered up, and they're. Ooh, going with the wreck. Yeah, that should be. Okay, there's the concede. Makes sense that Donphan, the fighting deck, would beat Megamanectric. See what's going on in this match. Should be Blastoise versus Garchomp Altaria. Ooh, Max Potion. It's kind of that's kind of spicy. Oh, immediate concession as soon as we watch that game either. That's funny. Is there any matches left? It's 4 out of 6. Okay, this one should be going on still. Yeah, I don't know how the game versus the Donphan will go. We're obviously going to play basically a Seismitoad Kyurem deck, and we'll probably set up the Gusting Pyroar. Ooh, this is a Seismitoad Slurpuff Garb versus Virizion Genesect. this Seismitoad Slurpuff deck was very oppressive. I don't think it had the play rate that it should have. Like, I don't think people played it enough during the format, which thankfully, but it was such a silly deck. It thankfully did have a problem with Virizion Genesect, but it's really funny because at the tail end of this format, Virizion like Toad decks were still able to beat Virizion Genesect, which is with how ridiculous they were. Which you saw that it was Madison Regionals 2015 that Jason Glasinski beats Virizion Genesect deck in the finals. But Virizion Genesect, they are basically on manual attachments, so if you are flipping well enough and drawing through your cards and are able to like head ringer their EXs, obviously shut off their items and just repeat Quaking Punch, you can get through the matchup. But definitely probably at the very least an even matchup. It was actually really funny in this format. I played at that Kitchener Ontario Regionals in 2015. I played a Virizion EX. It was Virizion, Mewtwo, and Raichu, so I didn't even have Genesect in my deck. I think I had Toad as well, but I remember my game plan versus other Toad decks was just literally being a Virizion EX deck. You had Virizion and Mewtwo, and I played some. I think I played 4 Muscle Band. I really wish I had the list still. I remember the deck went great on day 1 though, because I made top 8 in juniors, and then I played Evil Talk day 2, and I only lost in finals, I think, to the Mirror. So lost to my good friend Brady Guy. Looks like this is the last match going on. Only 3-0. Assume we're getting 4 rounds. Ooh, we get a top cut. That's fun. Nice. I wasn't even expecting that. So I should be locked for top cuts. It's just which matchup we get, because we could definitely get a rough matchup. I would say our worst matchups in order probably be this Mega Manectric deck. Honestly, no, probably Empoleon. I am 3-0 right now. Yep, 3-0. How's it going? Yep, this is a retro format tournament. It is black and white to Phantom Forces. And like I was saying earlier, I don't think I ever played this format in person. I did play... I top cut both of the regionals I played in juniors in the Boundaries Cross to Primal Clash format. So I did get to play in a pretty similar format, but never played in this format. I liked, in the article that was written about this format today, they were saying how this format's definitely a little more balanced than Primal Clash. I remember the ridiculous Flareon deck. I believe it won a regionals in this format. Just like super aggressive. Had Acrobike. This trump card was crazy. So, but yeah, I'm enjoying this format. I never played this Pyro deck in Expanded. The 2 decks I played, I remember I played Empoleon and I played Evil Tall. But I did play this Pyro deck in Standard. I got second out of Cities, I remember, with it. Probably pretty similar list. Probably pretty similar. I definitely didn't have Trump card. I added the Battle Compressors. None of the lists that I was looking at earlier today had Battle Compressor, but decided makes sense when we're playing Blacksmith and VS Seekers. Figured might as well play Trump card if I get to. This Flare Command Pyro is really cool, in my opinion. Even if we're up against a deck that we're not really going to be going just full Pyro and beating them with that, we have some Gust, and then we're kind of laser banking them with Toad bait, hopefully. Can obviously clean up with Mewtwo, and then we have Trump card to get our lasers back. So I've gotten lucky on the tail end of my Toad Dittos. Oh, is that the game? Yeah, it looks like that's the game. Maybe. That's crazy. Yeah, I've been having fun. This this Pyro deck was definitely a rogue deck at the time. I guess not rogue, but it was a meta call, kind of like playing like Iron Thorns in today's meta. Not today's meta, but in like 2024. Kind of like a Snorlax control deck. There weren't control decks in this format. Well, there were control decks, but there weren't like stall or anything like a current day Pidgeot control where you're like retreat locking, decking them out as your win con, or where you're just Snorlax stalling, you're actually just decking them out. Because every deck played Lysander's trump card. And also, I would say there weren't, like, your best kind of control deck would be a Seismitoad, just Seismitoad locking deck. Once trump card rotated, then we finally saw the emergence of control / stall decks. We saw a Wailord deck get second at US Nationals this year, right after trump card rotated. There wasn't too much control. There was Sable Garb the year after this and expanded. And then I remember there was a Houndoom EX deck kind of at the tail end of 2016. Oh, nice. We hit Jonathan Piranda. Let me refresh TCG1 here. Another Vrisian Genesect. Oh. Join. Yeah, Vrisian Genesect was kind of considered like just an auto win at the time. The only way they have to get through Intimidating Main, which do we have something like Pyroar in Standard right now? Pyroar, for context, if you don't know, it cannot be hurt by basics. Yeah, prevent all damage done to basics. Awesome. We will go first. Definitely get against Vrisian Genesect. Ooh, okay. Not the best start, I won't lie. Guess we'll start off with Battle Compressor. Get fire and probably a second fire. Or we could get a Chorus. Could just discard Kyurem. Kyurem might not be the worst thing in the world. Could discard our other Toad. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, we'll do that. We got an Ultra Ball. We'll discard the Flare Command Pyro. That's pretty easy. Second card is a little harder. I might have to just Lysander next turn. I probably will. I don't think the Muscle Band's going to get crazy value, so I think I can dump that too. We'll just get a Litleo. Put a fire on Litleo and pass it over. Hopefully we get end. If not, this could be the situation of Vrisian Genesect beating Pyro, which would be slightly embarrassing, but is what it is. Yeah, decks were not a lot less consistent in this time period, but there were basically no onboard draw cards, so a lot of these decks were playing 10 plus draw supporters. Most decks were playing like 4 Juniper, 4N, and then some combination of like Chorus. Some played Skyla, some played Shauna. Shauna was kind of a weird card that was kind of played around this time period. It's like there's an Ultra Ball. Yep, N is Iono, except it just shuffles straight into the deck. Exact same card. It was pretty much a 4-up in most decks at this time. So was Juniper. It'd be pretty strange to not play both of them. See if he has an energy. Discard a Scout. There's an energy. Nice. There's a Sycamore. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, pretty good start on his end. Really hoping we can top deck a supporter here. Otherwise, we might just get cooked. This matchup is still very, very favorable, so we'll see what happens. The Vrisian Genesect does have G-Booster, which does get through Pyro's ability. Ooh, okay. That's not great. I am going to play a Lysander, and we'll laser the Genesect, and we'll just pass. Does put it to sleep. Does wake up, though, so if he just has Skyro Bridge, he can just retreat. He could just play a switch card as well. Yeah, this is looking rough, for sure. At the very least, if we lose this game, it means that we would that Virgin Genesect would be in top cut for us, which would be good for sure. Yeah, Verdant one clears it, but that is an attachment that does not go to Verzian, so probably not getting Emerald Slashed here. We'll see. And he could just have a hand of only have N in his hand as this draw supporter. Oh, just a pass over. Nice, there's an N, okay. I think playing the switch is pretty risky here. I don't think it's worth it. Okay. That's pretty good. Ultra Ball. We can discard the laser. It's debatable whether we want to discard the... It's probably either the Litleo or the Fire. I think we'll do the Litleo here. Yeah. Go grab ourselves Pyroar, Evolve, DCE, Switch, Scorching Fang. We will discard, yes, and we'll take 2 prizes. Hopefully get something good here. There's a VS Seeker, perfect. All right, this game should be wraps now. Well, okay, so he could have a crazy hand and like G-Booster my Pyroar, which would really suck. He could have like Genesect, he would need Genesect, Attach, Chorus Machine, G-Booster, and a switching card. So pretty unlikely. Could happen. My guess is what happens is we'll probably get an Emerald Slash off this turn. Whoa, what the heck is that doing in here? That is crazy. I might have. Well, I play 3 in this list. I'll pull up the list in a sec. It was kind of interesting. Most decks in this format were only playing 2 VS Seeker, which I think was just like just because it was the straight introduction of the card getting printed. Ooh. I'm gonna VS Seeker for N, but I'm not gonna play it, and I'm just gonna Scorching Fang for the knockout. I did at least prize 2 VS Seeker. Pretty funnily enough. Yeah, definitely not gonna play. Don't need to play N that turn. There's a dark. What is going on in this Verzian Genesect deck? That is really funny. What is JP cooking? Yeah, I decided to play. So my supporter lineup is okay. I think I'm gonna. N only gets me 2 cards here. I kind of forgot about that. I don't really want to end him if he's not doing anything else, because I could just wait for him to bench more Pokemon, or if I just draw. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here. You can't touch Pyroar. He needs to put a Verzian or a Genesect down to make any progress. Hopefully can draw like a Blacksmith. Blacksmith would be fantastic. Yeah, there's a Sycamore. I guess so. I probably could have ended him. I'm just scared of getting ending myself no dead hand and just somehow throwing this game, you know. There's a Battle Compressor. Okay. These are really cool. Verzian Genesect deck with a Ho-Oh. Must be to kind of tech against some of the weird matchups. I don't ever remember seeing a deck like this in this format, but Ho-Oh EX, people really like to play it in Expanded, especially in this 2015 format because it had just rotated. People were big fans of this deck. This is a closed deck list, but I know it like shows the archetype people are playing, if that makes sense. So that was why I was so taken aback by this Ho-Oh EX. E-switch to Genesect, that makes sense. Bench another Pokemon, so at the very least we can Chorus for 3. I think that is what we are going to do. We could Lysander this Terrakion up. Might not have. I'm sure he plays a couple switch though, so go with the Chorus. Okay. Not the greatest. I think we're gonna go with a Quaking Punch here. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Can't play any energy switch. Lock it down. Get some damage on this Ho-Oh. So there's no way for me to get Megalo Cannon this turn, or probably next turn, because This Ho does have our 2 retreat. There's an Evil Tall. Really cool. So I guess I think it's really funny because Limitless said that this was a... Limitless called this deck Varisian Genesect, but it clearly has some more spice going on in it. I don't know how many Varisian and how many Genesect are in here. There's a Rebirth. Nice. Get some energy in play. There's a Skyro. Okay. So it can go in with this Rainbow Burn. Not going to make sense. Top deck and in. We'll play that. Is that game? Yeah. That, no, it's not game. It's not game. I'll attach the fire to Pyro. Wait, no, it is game. Yeah, that's game. Because I can retreat with Skyward Bridge. Awesome. That's funny. Drew into the exact perfect 2 cards. Why not? Scorching Fang. Discard. 110 damage to Ho EX. That is GG's. So a 4-0 start. Theoretically, maybe I should have scooped this game so that Varisian Genesect, like a positive match, has been top cut, but either way. It was honestly a little scary. And I know like everyone said that Varisian Genesect, you know, is like just an auto loss to Pyroar, but they definitely do have an out. This is what Pyroar does. Can't be hurt by any basic Pokemon. I was trying to think if we have any Pokemon in standard with this ability right now. I can't think of. There probably is. Obviously, Cornerstone is like the first thing that came to mind, but it doesn't do like this. We do have. Yeah, I'm doing both. 4-0 right now, feeling good. 3 of the matches are concluded. What is left? There's still the Donphan in contention. Mega Manectric versus Blastoise. I would think that Mega Manectric would be unfavored into that. So the Kyurem is for the Donphan matchup. Because Donphan does not... So if Donphan spinning turns into this, we can then use our... We can either Gust with Lysander, which is just boss's orders, or we can use Pyro's Flare Command to gust up their Donphans and just hopefully try to keep killing them. So against Donphan, obviously they can hit your Pyroar and potentially one-shot it either with spinning turn with enough buffs, with strong energy and muscle band, or they can wreck it. So most of the lists are actually playing 2 Kyurem. I just decided to play 1. I have a trump card so I can get it back. So my game plan into Donphan is I'm gonna probably Quaking Punch. I can promote the Kyurem. Hopefully they spinning turn into it. Flare Command Pyro is definitely really good into Donphan though. Yeah, I did think of Ferrograph EX and I almost thought that it was exactly that ability, but slightly off, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Would definitely be okay. What's up, Alex? Yeah, streaming Pokemon on the Smash channel is crazy. I love Flareon. Flareon is very cool in this format. One of the best resources for this format. 2 of the best resources. I'll pull up the first one is the Top Cut. So this is run by Kyle Pukasukovic, who's a caster now, but this is like basically what got me into Pokemon, I'm not gonna lie. But he has a bunch of lists from this format. And then the other resource is 6 Prizes, which was an old article website. They archived all of their articles, so you can now find everything. I still wasn't able to find a ton of lists from this format, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I found some. It's just most of the articles don't go super in-depth into Expanded, because Expanded was only a day 2 format during this time at regionals. So the entire 2015 year, they had just introduced Expanded. It wasn't even a thing in 2014. They introduced Expanded, and you played day 1 in Standard, which at that time was Boundaries Crossed to Phantom Forces or Primal Clash or whatever, or Furious Fists or Roaring Skies. So day 1 was Standard, and then day 2, which for juniors and seniors was just top 8, and for Masters was obviously like a traditional day 2 where it's like an extra couple rounds, was Expanded. So that was the only time this format got played. There were articles on it because it was important, and obviously to win the tournament, you need to win an expanded. Okay, awesome. So we did hit the Donphin, definitely one of our more difficult matchups, and it looks like Virizion Genesect versus Blastoise on the other side. So we'll see how this Donphin matchup goes. Definitely just going to be hoping to go in with my Toad. Toad is pretty good for sure in this matchup. Up against Charmaster. I wonder if this is best of 1 or best of 3. Since there's just one game, I assume it's, does it say on the, okay, best of 1. Wait, this is double elim? What the heck? Double elimination bracket. Oh, this is double elim. That's awesome. Nice. Oh yeah, that would have been, yeah, that was such an interesting control deck. I never played against, yeah, I don't remember playing against it, but it was kind of hard to build control in that format, in like the tag team format, because games were so freaking fast. I remember playing in standard the Mew Mew, Cinccino, Macargo mill deck. That deck was so silly. I remember playing that. That was fun. Yeah. I miss some of the expanded control decks. I really enjoyed those silly, stupid expanded formats where you got to play like basically 8 years worth of cards. It was so cool. It was really funny because like expanded up till maybe 2017, a lot of the cards were pretty similar, and pretty much all of the expanded decks were just standard decks with like cards to make them better. Yeah, Oranger Ultra Prism was such a ridiculous card. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they had to ban a lot of those cards, thankfully. Okay, we got the Kyurem start, which is fine. I don't get to play supporter this first turn, which kind of sucks. I think I'm probably gonna Ultra Ball for a Seismitoad and attach manually to it. I'm not gonna get attacked turn 1 by Donphin. Starts attacking turn 2. Ooh, it's Donphin a Selgor. Okay, that's good to know. Good luck, have fun. Ultra Ball. Getting the energy attachment here is big. Yeah, we'll just Ultra Ball this, grab ourselves a Toad. Do we have Flare Command in deck? We prize Flare Command, which kind of sucks. Thankfully, the deck plays 2 Lysander. Looks like we prized 1 as well. Okay, so we're pretty low on Gust, which is not great. And I should also check how many switch cards I have. Okay. This is probably just straight up that Donphin Selgor list that was posted. I'll put Verbank in play, and I will pass. Just gotta suck on TCG1. It's not a complete 1-for-1 of the format because you can't play supporter turn 1. But it is what it is. On to their turn. We'll see what they have. A lot of these games have just been super like blowouts, basically. These decks are really not that consistent for sure. which a lot of people don't exactly realize. Okay, there's a laser. Wait, no, I got yawned. That's crazy. Okay, he didn't do anything, so I'm just gonna, yeah. I'm just gonna computer search for Juniper then. Draw 7, see what we get here. Okay. Interesting. Probably put the DCE on Kieran, my guess. Yeah. DCE on Kieran. Next turn, I guess if he doesn't do anything and I wake up, I'll just go and X-ball him, but I'll just pass for now. Kind of a dead hand here, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It is kind of nice if we lose this. We got loser's bracket, so. Yeah, peak XY format with like, I'd say like most of the 2016 format was pretty crazy. Like they were cool decks, but dude, Night March and Trevenant and Violet Plume was so stupid. Right, there's a Don fan. There's a yawn. Am I gonna wake up here? Okay, we wake up and go Mewtwo. I mean, I think we definitely just go for the Toad then. I was just going to, yeah, no, we definitely just go Toad here. Duh. Probably just attach the no, we'll attach the fire. That makes more sense. Muscle Band, laser. Is there any reason to trump card here? I mean, I could trump, probably not. I want VS Seeker to be an out. Let's go Quaking Punch, get a prize card here. Thankfully Shelmet, I guess if Shelmet was resistant to water, it's fine. Yeah, that it's actually funny because me and one of our locals have been rebuilding 2015 because I had a bunch of the decks built and then he was putting together Archie Stoice because I mean that's such an iconic deck from that format. It's really funny because it didn't pop up till Worlds probably like a week or two before. I think it was it came from Japan or someone like the Japanese players started playing it. Ooh. Can I win this turn? We'll put down Mewtwo. Yeah, put this on Mewtwo just in case, and then we'll go with the Juniper. Dang, okay. I whiffed laser. Yeah, I whiffed laser. Battle compressor. How many fire do I have? We'll get 2 fire in there, I guess, for Blacksmith. And I only have 1 VS Seeker left in deck, so I need to be careful here. Need to use that last VS Seeker on a trump card, basically. Yeah, we'll just Quaking Punch for 100. Hopefully keeps bricking him. Yeah, that RG Stoice deck was so cool. It's kind of a shame no one was, like, it wasn't a deck for Nationals. Oh, unfortunate. Dude, all these games have been such blowouts. GG's. Well, at least we go to winners finals. That's pretty cool. The Sinister Hand Dust Snore? Yeah, that's one of my favorite cards ever. It's really, really fun to play that card, especially in decks that aren't... it's really fun to play it in, like, actual attacking decks that get to use it to move around the damage, like an Empoleon deck. There was a Darkrai... Well, it was like, I guess it was like an Evil Tall Darkrai Dust Snore deck that... I don't know her last name, but her first name is Mia, and I think she got top 16 at Worlds in 2014 that year with this really cool Evil Tall Dust Snore list. Shoutouts to Quaking Punch. It's so oppressive, dude. It's so oppressive. Brazian Genesect versus Keldeo Blastoise should be a good matchup for Virgin. I think Keldeo, yeah. I'm pretty sure they're both weak to grass, but I could be wrong. I believe Blastoise is weak to grass. I know historically it was definitely, yeah, it is weak to grass. I think Keldeo is weak to grass as well. Yeah, they're both weak to grass. So Virgin Genesect always had a great time into any kind of Blastoise deck, because you have Red Signal and you can keep bringing up their Blastoises, and you can even knock them out with Emerald Slash with a Muscle Band. Yes, Sinister Hand Dusknoir is like such a cool card. I have 2014 Worlds built, and I have I can pull up the list actually. They're on my Twitter. I have like a Flygon, a Selgor, Dusknoir list, that's such a cool deck. And then I also have been pulling on Dusknoir built, and then I have the Worlds deck of Trevenant Dusknoir. So I technically have three. I have 3 Dusknoir decks built in 2014 Worlds, which is pretty funny. This might take me away. I have not played any RS. Well, okay, so that's a lie. I played like a couple fun games with a couple of my locals, but I haven't gotten into any of the super older formats. I've played 2011. It really makes me upset. I had all 4 of the 2010 Worlds decks. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the Flygon list I have put together for 2014 Worlds. This is a fun deck. Very fun deck. It'd be insane if we had it with the current Shrouded Fable Dusknoir. That'd be so silly. And then this is the Empoleon list. This is a really strong deck. This is a deck that was like not a super oppressive Dusknoir deck, but it was super fun. You gotta move around damage. Take the right knockouts you need to. Yeah, so I played a little bit of 2010. I haven't played a ton of 2006, although I actually have it built, I think. I think it's 2006 Worlds. I don't know if that's what RSPK is or not, but I have a couple 2004 Worlds decks. I haven't really played that format too much. I have 2005. I have a couple of those decks. That's just like the Worlds decks. The main formats I've really like dove into are like the formats that I played, which is 2014. I've been playing a lot of 2014 States lately, which is Next Destinies to XY. That's a really fun format. That was after they added Pokemon Catcher, so it's a coin flip. It was just straight up boss's orders on an item card, which is ridiculous. And it was a set before, it was before Flashfire, so it was before Lysanders, aka boss's orders, got reprinted. So it was a really cool format without a guaranteed gust in the format, which is pretty cool. Oh, yeah, this is the Virgin Genesect we played earlier. Yeah, so I have 2014 States, I have 2014 Worlds, which is just that format, but with Flashfire. It's pretty, not close to this format. And then I have, what else do I have? Oops. I have Scrambled Out. I also have 2015 Worlds built. And then I also, at one point in time that it was either 2020 or 2021, I put together 2014 States, which would have been pretty close to this format, basically with Primal Clash. So I had Donphan, I had Toad built. My 2015 Worlds decks, I have a pretty large amount of decks put together. I think I have 8 right now. I have 4 of the Worlds decks. I have Mega Manectric Genesect. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Kyurem. Yeah. This is Virgin Genesect. No reason to put Toad down if we don't have to. We've started it against all these Virgin Genesect decks, I swear, but kind of a little of a shaky hand. Okay, we get a mulligan at least, that's nice. Skip selection. It's their turn, okay. Yeah, I had some lists that I put together. Ooh, draw pass. I'm not gonna have much better. I get a Blacksmith, which is pretty good. Do 2 and a Juniper. There's Blacksmith onto the Litleo. I think I'm just gonna pass from here. The Litleo is not in any danger. Well, yeah, it's not in any danger. I guess we might as well just attach to it. Pass. Yeah, I never played with a ton of my 06 decks. I proxied most of it. It wasn't like paper proxies. It was, I like printed it as like the kind of real fake cards basically. There's a Jirachi bench. Still a pretty weak start from them, for sure. Virizion Genesect really just wants Virizion attachment turn 1, and I feel like they've all been whiffing that. Might need to bump up the consistency in some of these lists. Who knows? Just grabbing Juniper. There's a Skyward Bridge, okay. There's a G booster. Okay. So I'll probably discard my top deck for Pyroar and evolve it. There's a Virizion. If we can take out this Genesect with the G booster, it'd be fantastic. Virizion Genesect obviously did play Shadow Triad, which gets back any Plasma Pokemon. So G booster can be retrieved. Okay. Ultra Ball, Toad, and Ultra Ball. I think we'll grab Pyroar and just pass it over. Pyroar is definitely not the best deck in this format. It probably actually was Virizion Genesect, although it was expanded, so it wasn't played a ton. Yeah, Pyroar was kind of like a weird off-meta deck, but it kind of just auto-wins a lot of matchups. You can kind of think of it to something like Snorlax Stall, where it's just going to beat a lot of the decks if they don't have a dedicated Pyroar counter. I'd say it was probably like a tier 2 deck in this format. If that, it wasn't played a ton was the thing. Ooh, there's an Emerald Slash. Okay, it's just pretty scary, honestly. Depending on what my top deck is, I might have to Ultra Ball for another Litleo. Yep, there's an Emerald Slash. I assume onto the G Booster Genesect, it would just make sense. It does put damage on my Keyrim for Outrage. Okay, there's a Litleo. It did get a second place at Nationals. Oh, we'll just pass. Probably has Plasma Energy G Booster on Pyroar, I would have to assume. Yeah, it lost to a Landorus, Raichu, Garbodor deck in finals. Deck that had the counter to Pyroar. Yep, there's Lysander. My Pyroar is definitely cooked. It's gonna be tough. I really need to draw a supporter card. If I had Jirachi EX, we'd be completely chilling, but unfortunately do not. This is best of 1, but it is double elimination, so we could get the run back in loser's bracket, but yeah, this is tough. Still are definitely going to have a couple turns here at least, but we really need to draw something. One of these turns, that's not it. I can go Verbank, Lysander, probably do that. I'll just Lysander up this Jirachi and pass. Oh no. Might be served our first loss of the day here. We've been drawing pretty well outside of this, I'd say. Jirachi EX was not the first card that they printed with this ability, where you put it down and search for a supporter card, but it was the first in like the modern era, because it was Jirachi EX, which was a 90 HP liability, but at the time, decks there was basically no onboard draw support that a lot of the decks played, so it was kind of your one get out of jail free card. Oh, I have an Ultra Ball in my hand and a supporter. I can grab a draw supporter. Yeah, so Pyroar cannot be hurt by damage from basics. However, G Booster goes through all effects on the active, so it does get through Pyroar. What do we top deck? We top deck Computer Search, so we'll be good next turn. Yep, it's Luminion. And now it's going to be that Meowth card. and also the Tapu Lele card. So they like to print that ability. I like that ability personally. I should probably have a Jirachi in this deck, honestly. It would make more sense if I was playing a level ball or like 2 level balls, which that was one of the things that Pyro could play as an expanded list. Level ball actually was not in the standard format because it was printed in Next Destinies, which was rotated out at this point. Okay, my Litleo lives, which is good. I'm gonna have to give up a Muscle Band. That kind of sucks. Go with the Juniper. Okay, not terrible. Get an energy attachment, evolve this Pyroar, and we'll just pass. So if he has Plasma Energy, he can just gust up my Pyro again and G-Booster it, which would suck. There's AZ on the Jirachi, that's pretty good. I assume he has Plasma Energy here. Yeah, he definitely does. That's unfortunate. Yep, there's the red signal. Genesect's ability, when you attach a Plasma Energy to it, is just a Lysander. This card was so insane, even if it looks pretty power crypt to today's standards. Down 2 Pyro here does not feel good. Only have 1 intimidating main Pyro left in my deck. Yep, just gonna be the G-Booster. We'll at least get a go in with an N here, which is good. Wait, what? How are there so many energy on this? Oh, okay. It looked like it bugged out for a second. It looked like there was like 5 energy on it. Okay, we'll just burn the laser, Muscle Band or Litleo, and we'll hit him with the N. Oof, okay. I already have some fire and discard. I don't think I need to play Battle Compressor here. I don't really think there's anything I want to thin. I guess we'll just check and see. Guess we can thin the Toad out. That's probably fine. Anything else? No, I think I like the rest of these cards. We'll just pass. Oh, that is a tough question. I'm such a sucker for black and white era full arts. There's so many of them. I wish they were like 5 times like less cheap, so I could just buy them, because like my Virizion Genesect would have full art Genesect EXs in them if they weren't $200 each. I think all the supporters are fantastic. And Juniper, Skyla, they're all great. Oh my gosh, yeah. This seems cooked here. Although I think we have to trump card here. Well, no, we can't trump card because we just lose. So we need to basically find our final Litleo here. Yeah, this is rough. We're down 3 Litleo. I guess, yeah, we probably end here. Just hope and pray. We got a Mewtwo at least. Pass. Full art Getsis is a really good full art. I think all of the Plasma full art EXs are like fire. Actually, no. It's definitely just full art Darkrai EX by far. I think that's my favorite card of all time. It's so cool. Yeah, Deoxys is another fantastic one. I think this Mewtwo is like super top tier as well. This Mewtwo EX was like a $300 card at one point. It's definitely Darkrai for me, but there are so many good ones. I wish I could just buy them now, but like they're so expensive. It makes me upset. I would have like all blinged out black and white decks by now. Well, the N might have bricked him. Has not done much here. If I can get time to trump card, be good. Oh wait, no, it didn't brick him. He just Junipered. He is down 2 Plasma Energy. If he has... Yeah, I mean... He probably doesn't take a knockout this turn. He could Megalo Cannon. I don't... Okay, he's just going to Emerald Slash. That makes sense. Probably just power up another Genesect. I think we'll just play another N. Okay. There's an Ultra Ball, so that gets us... our last Litleo. The DCE. We might be able to pull something spicy. Like, I think that's probably the only plays if we power up this Mewtwo. At the same time, yeah, this is just not a good situation, honestly. I think we'll power up the yeah, we'll just put it there and we'll just pass and hope and pray that Oh, there's a plasma energy. All right, that's probably curtains. Did attach it to these other Genesects. I would have attached it here for sure. Now he needs energy switch to be able to G booster next turn. Just okay. Well, he can just he can. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't realize he was able to knock me out with his Verzian. This game is probably cooked. We'll bring up Kirim. We'll outrage for 140 at least. There's trump card. We'll go into 2. It's not even knockout. Huh. Yeah, I think we are unfortunately cooked here. Outrage just hitting for 120. Would be 140 with a muscle band. Doesn't really do anything. Tough game. It is definitely, it's a winnable matchup for Verzian Genesect. It's just bad things have to happen for the Pyro player, and that is curtains. I guess I'll let him do the thing. He's got red signal on my Mewtwo. Go into the G booster and 200. It's funny we're getting a G booster reprinted with that new Mega Zygarde card. Oh man, that's unfortunate. We'll get the run back. I believe we'll get the run back in losers. GG. All right. I assume the losers match is ready. Okay. So Blastoise versus Donphan. Blastoise could be honestly a little scary. Because we're basically just a Seismitoad deck into them. How I won the round 1, which I didn't stream unfortunately, was you just did not get a great start. I don't know if there's any pricing for this. I think it might qualify for an invitational or something. Let me see. I think it's just for fun, but I could be wrong. It's for the clout. It's for the Twitter clout, you know. I guess we can watch the game. Is it? Which one is it? Okay, it's Charmaster. Yeah, it's this game. Okay. Got the Blastoise set up here. Taking a knockout on the Donphan. But this Keldeo is gonna go down. This is a really cool Keldeo Blastoise list. It's really funny that Donphan gets trump card to get back Robo substitutes in this format. It doesn't like play any walls. It just wants to go into Robo subs, which does make it definitely makes it worse in a Toad. But into Toad you have Excelgor. Thankfully we have 3 switch to get around deck and cover, but it's still scary. Excelgor is such a scary card for such a long time. I don't think it was super played past like maybe 2016 or 2017, but it's such a powerful card. Paralysis was just like, especially in this kind of format, Switch was not very prevalent at all. You had Keldeo, which could rush and retreat it, and these Excelgor decks would play gusting cards to bring up the Keldeo. Obviously you had Verzian Genesect, which does not like to see. This Donphan deck probably has a losing matchup to Verzian Genesect just because of red signal. There's a muscle band. Deck can cover 260. Gonna promote a Donphan though, and not find Robo Substitute. Looks like they Karina'd. What'd they Karina for? Oh. I wonder. Okay, finals just has a reset. So we gotta go 2-0 in finals. We got a 2-0 for Zine Genesect if we want to win this. Could be tough for sure. What I need to do is I need to, I wonder, can I do this? Huh, I broke Limitless. Oh, there we go, okay. Still shows the ugly switch and the ugly fire energy. That's funny. There's this pure. Are we gonna see a Hydro Pump? We probably will. It's gonna knock out the Water Weak Donphan here. I think he might have miscalculated on a wreck to knock out that Keldeo. We saw that Keldeo at 160. Wreck was a pretty prevalent attack in these Donphan decks. Really did a lot of damage for this time with all the damage buffs that Donphan got. They usually played like 1 or 2 DCs to make Wreck easier. I'm gonna grab a water real quick. Uh-oh. Just a lone Donphan against the world. There's some Shelmets. Okay. So we'll probably see Spinning Turn, ideally into a Robo Substitute here. Oh man, just a pass. Yeah, that seems over. It's sparkling water. I'm definitely feeling not like super comfortable into this Blastoise deck. It's actually really funny. I remember the city championships I played Pyroar 2. I lost to Blastoise in the finals. But yeah, it's definitely not a great matchup. We're just gonna, but I didn't have Laser Bank, and so Laser Bank is pretty good. Laser Bank with Trump card is pretty oppressive if you just keep that consistent item lock on. I had a when I was playing, because I was 9 in 2015 when this format was a thing, and then I was 8 in 2014. And I remember at 2014 Michigan State Championships, the deck that my mom played was a Keldeo Blastoise deck, but it wasn't like the super. It wasn't a traditional Keldeo Blastoise deck at the time because we didn't have Tropical Beaches, and we didn't have Black Kirimi X's either. So it was more similar to just this Keldeo Blastoise deck that we're seeing right now, where it's just Keldeo and Suicune. This was definitely like a way to play it at the time, but I do think Black Kirimi X, which if you don't know what that does, it does 200 for 4 energy, 2 water, 1 lightning, 1 colorless, so you could power it up with 3 water and a lightning, and did 200, which one shot pretty much everything at the time. Suicune takes the knockout. You can get the deck and cover and knock out the Suicune, but oh yeah, that I think it's cooked. So probably get the rematch into Blastoise. like we had from round 1. Yeah, it'll definitely just come down to luck. We'll wanna get that early item lock off, that's for sure. There's a Via Seeker. Sycamore. I haven't played on TCG1 in so long. It's funny, let's look at the decks I had on here real quick, actually. Actually, that's... Yeah, look at these decks I had. Regirock, Sableye. View. I need to put this in Limitless. Oh, what was this thing? This seems diabolical. Oh yeah, this is evil. It played a 1-of potion. That's crazy. So this would have been after Puzzle Time got banned, but before Sableye got banned. Oh, this played Last Chance Potion. How many did it play? 4. Okay, so Last Chance Potion. This is a crazy deck, actually. It basically, I think if you were below 30, yeah, if you're below 30, you healed 120. So you could use... So this was like a Regirock. I think Regirock was like an attacker in this deck. And you just tried to loop Focus Sash and Last Chance Potion. It's a crazy deck. I don't know what 2020 Landon was cooking with this. And I had I think I had it on TCG1 because I didn't have Beaches on TCGO at the time. I had Beaches in person, like in real life, because I got them in like 2018, but I didn't have them online, so I needed a way to test with them. There's a Walls list, it looks like. I remember playing this deck too. Oh, I keep hitting the back arrow. We got Tina Roxy Chomp. This deck was so oppressive. Oops. I'm still not done yet. I thought the game would be over by now. Uh-oh. Looks like he might have disconnected. He's on his, Uh-oh. Oh, looks like there we go, he reconnected. That sucks. There we go. I don't know if I'd rather... I don't know which of these is a better matchup, honestly. Slowcore is definitely kind of scary. Definitely scary. Yeah, this just seems so over, though. Nope, but we're just passing back and forth. Okay. I remember when I played TCG1 in 2020, I remember there were not animations like this. It was like very, you had to basically read the game log to play it. which I don't completely mind. The animations are good to have. It's a little annoying that like I have to wait for the entire like win animation to, or like basically like the game ending animation to be able to type anything after it. But all right, this seems cooked. Wrap it up. What are other retro stuff they got coming up? No, it totally does. Like I remember it just being a straight it was you had to read the game log basically because you would see something in the discard and you couldn't even tell what. Yeah, no, it's definitely not bad. And obviously for these like older formats, it's nice. I do know you can play expanded on Twin Leaf, which I played maybe like once or twice, and that's a pretty decent sim, I'd say too. I didn't realize that oh my gosh, there's one card in deck. Now he has to have a VS Seeker left, right? There's no way this goes to deck out, right? Okay, there's the third energy. That is GG's. That's crazy though. One card left in deck. He had to have had a VS Seeker left though. There's no way. Oh, good game. Get the rematch into Blastoise. This is the Pyro list for anyone just tuning in that we're playing tonight. Definitely a little nervous into Blastoise. We played round one, went good for us, but they kind of just didn't set up, and we got an early Quaking Punch off, which is always good. Glad to have the Mewtwo for any big Keldeos. That's definitely good to have. All right. Losers round 2. What? This is the losers finals, I guess. These games are going really fast, which is nice. Definitely nice. I guess I'll oh, there we go. All right. See how this game goes. Scrambled out. Click of fun. All right. They're going first, which at the very least we could get a turn 1 Quaking Punch. Started Litleo, get a mulligan, that's good. There's Tropical Beach. Ultra Ball. Probably get another Squirtle, or just could get a Keldeo Rush in here. Discarding Wartortle. Could be a big discard if we're able to get item lock up this turn, which would be great. We do just like we have Ultra Ball into Toad and switch into Toad, so we just need to draw into a DCU off this Juniper. Decent odds, could whiff, we'll see. Yeah, so I just grabbing a second Squirtle makes sense. Probably just gonna be a Beach after that. Doubt. Oh, 3 Keldeo prized! Oh my gosh. It's funny he told me to. So at least I know when he's playing super weird. Okay, 3. See, the thing is I'm still gonna have to go into the Pyro to knock out his Suicunes. So I'm gonna go Ultra Ball. I mean, this whole hand's gonna get discarded. So I'm gonna Juniper this turn. Check prizes. Looks like we prized an intimidating main pyro. Got all of our lasers. We got 4 DCE, so. Alright. Go with a toad. Yeah. Go with toad. Bench toad. Verbank. Switch. Not gonna touch the fire. Hopefully we hit DCE. Oh, whiffed. Unfortunate. Do get the laser, and we did bump the beach, which is good. But, oh. Assuming he discarded, I guess, so we're not in large threat of getting O-code, which is good. But we will just pass it over. And, okay, there's Skyla. That's going to get rare candy. Candy Blastoise. Evolving the active, a little interesting because we don't have Russian, so it's almost like he's going to attack here with the Blastoise. Ooh, okay. There's a muscle bit on here, right? Okay, yeah. So I'll go Ultra Ball, Juniper, and Blacksmith. Oh, I prize Mewtwo EX, which that is relevant. So I guess we'll just go Pyroar. We'll go Juniper. Okay, we hit DCE. I could. So I have this computer search. I kind of like going laser, but I don't. Okay, I guess if it lasers, it dies coming into my turn, which is really strong. So I do think I am gonna laser here. It might be a good turn next turn, a trump card. So I think I'm gonna go, well, computer search. I kind of want to keep this stadium. Could get rid of the Lysander. I like keeping the Lysander. We'll get rid of the trump card and that's tough. I like all these cards. I think we'll get rid of the Lysander. Yeah. We'll just grab another laser. Laser. Nice. And Quaking Punch. Pretty much the best we can ask for here. 110 is going to die coming into our turn. Pretty good. Get item locked. No Keldeo, so no way to rush in here. And probably not a good way to get Blastoise after this either. Yeah, this is... Dude, pricing 3 Keldeo is so unlucky. Oh, I feel bad. I think ideally this matchup is probably pretty tough. I did prize Mewtwo to be fair. But I guess that aspect of the matchup of Mewtwo versus Keldeo is just not gonna come up here. Ooh, opponent plays trump card. Wait. Oh no, they discarded trump card. I lied. I saw trump card in the I saw trump card right there, and I just assumed. Uh-oh, I hope my gate didn't freeze. Okay, thank God. I was like, please let me be able to exit out of this. There's a Mewtwo. So I could just like trump card here. I kind of... Although his War Turtle's in the discard. Like, what is he... We get back 2 laser if we trump card. Yeah, I'm fine to trump card here. I have a lot of supporters in the discard, and then we'll just Quaking Punch. Hit for 50. We'll be able to play in next turn. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, item lock's tough. There's a Sycamore, okay. Wonder what got discarded. We held onto the Verbank, so we get to bump that beach again. Although he has a full hand anyway, so it's not super relevant. We'll bump it, and then we'll just play an N. Nothing crazy here. I think I'll Ultra Ball, set up another Litleo, and we can evolve into this Flare Command Pyro next turn. Hit him with a Quaking Punch. He does have the War Turtle back in his deck, but he has to find it with no item lock, with no items. So pretty tough spot here, honestly. Down to 4 prizes, so at this point we could probably prize trade if we really needed to. 3 energy attached to the Squirtle. Gets another Squirtle benched. Let's go. Water Splash, baby. 30 damage. I mean, that's damage. Evolve. We will put a muscle band on this Mewtwo. Juniper. Nice. Hit a laser. I think I'll put the fire on. I think I'll put it on this Pyroar. And then I'll just laser and Quaking Punch. And then we have game next turn if there's no basics. So we can just computer search for another laser. Or I mean, we could probably even, yeah. Or go into Pyroar, kind of whatever we want here. That is rough. There's a water attached. There's an N down to 3. Thankfully, we drawn a Juniper. That's good. Probably, he needs to like draw a Suicune here, basically. There we go. There's a Suicune. Gonna retreat into it. I'm not gonna have any damage. I'm down both my Verbank, unless I want a trump card again. So that's kind of annoying. I think I'm gonna attach. Could attach it to the Pyroar. Or I could attach it to either Pyroar. I kind of like putting it on the Flare Command Pyroar. Yeah, we'll do that. Juniper. Okay. Nothing crazy, but like not bad. How many? He's down 4 energy. Okay. I'm gonna put down put down a 3rd Lilio. Why not? Could put down the 2nd Toad. I don't think I need to. I'm just gonna Quaking Punch. Hit for 50. Next turn, I can Flare Command up the Squirtle, and then he'd be down 3 Squirtle and still under item lock. I am probably just gonna have to trump card again though, unfortunately, because I need to get back my Verbanks, which is kind of funny. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Ooh, okay, we get End here. Evolve it. He has the War Turtle, which doesn't matter, unfortunately. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I'll play the laser. Might as well. I don't really know where I want this energy. I could put it on the I might want to keep this Gust or be able to attach to my Pyro for Gust. Let me play Battle Compressor. Get rid of Battle Compressor. Yeah, I got plenty of supporters. Don't need to discard any more supporters. Would love to draw into a supporter. I also have Fire Energy and discard? No. Could discard a Fire Energy. I think Kyurem's a fine discard. And that's fine for now. And we'll hit with Quaking Punch. He probably has Blastoise this turn. It's kind of awkward though, because Blastoise has a 4 retreat cost, so I think what he probably wants to do is go, yeah, probably attach, retreat into Suicune, evolve into Blastoise. But if he has Blastoise in hand, I don't know if he has enough energy to do this though. And I can just Flare Command the Blastoise up, which feels terrible, honestly. So there's a Sycamore. If he gets 2 water energy, he can hit me for Aurora Beam, which is pretty good. But I am just going to go Flare Command, bring up Blastoise, and Quaking Punch it again. So he needs 4 energy to move it. Can't move it with an item card. My Toad is getting beat up. Maybe I should have benched another... I don't know where I should... We'll put it here. We'll use Flare Commands. Bring up the Blastoise, and we'll Quaking Punch it. So one more Quaking Punch, Blastoise is knocked out. Once Blastoise is out of here, you just have to deal with the Suicune. And it's curtains. This Blastoise really can't move this turn, I don't think. Not under item lock. I don't even know if I don't know how many water he plays. He has 6 in discard, so he'd need to be playing 13 total water to be able to move this Blastoise and be able to find them all. Pretty unlikely, I'd say. Oh, I lied. He has AZ. That's crazy. Okay. Well, that's not great. Huh. Interesting. So I could Flare Command, bring up this Pyro. I kind of don't hate just going with Flare Command here again. He needs another water. Shouldn't have many left. And if this ever gets scary, I can just beach. I think I want to... I mean, otherwise I just let the... I can't just retreat this toad as well. Huh. Because I have muscle band here. It's a tough choice. I think I'll go... yeah, I think we'll move off of the item lock here. First off, don't really want to give him a prize. Second off... there you go. This card, knockout, basically his only attacker in play. And he's left with just a Squirtle. So he can probably set up a Blastoise here. And I might have to Tropical Beach here, which is gonna kind of feel awkward. Nope, never mind. I got end into a draw supporter. Let's go. If he does knock me out with Blastoise, I get a Mewtwo EX response here. I guess if I can find one of my last 2 DCEs. All good. I feel like that's how most of my games have been going, honestly. They just go in super fast with Toad. Toad's so oppressive in this format. The VS Seeker, getting back the trump card makes sense. Yeah, I feel like honestly the Donphin Stugwar matchup for this deck can definitely be a little like rough. Obviously you have evolved Pokemon. Oh, there's a withdraw. Oh, that's it. Okay. GG's, my friend. GG's. Fortunately flips tails on the withdraw. Scorching Fang for 90 damage, knockout, and we'll be going on to Grand Finals up against Parisian Genesect. We need to win 2 games to come out on top here. But I am feeling confident. As long as we're drawing okay, as long as we can get early knockouts, totally doable. Oh wait, what happened? Oh yeah. Oop. There we go. Yeah, I think that's how it works. I think we just gotta win 2 of these games basically. It'd be kind of embarrassing if I lost this tournament to Parisian Genesect, I won't lie, but we'll see how it goes. That game I lost was, dude, it was tough. It was bad. Grand Finals. Dude, this is such an abomination. Look at this thing. Focus Sash, last chance Regirock. That's so funny. Awesome. All right. Hopefully we get a good start here. Hopefully we can both play the game. I think that's kind of all we really would want to ask for. We'll take first against Parisian Genesect. They get to go first. They get an energy attachment. Okay, there we go. Started Litleo. I did Mulligan. Okay. Oh. Ooh, the Jinx start. It's not what they want to see. Oh, Laser and Verbank. I think we'll put the Muscle Band down. I don't think it really hurts. And we will pass. All right. This Jinx is a really interesting tech. This was used, I think it was Sam Chen's, yeah, it was Sam Chen's 6 Prize article because I was reading it. Yeah, the Jinx is an interesting tech. Really good for the mirror. Forces them to have multiple muscle bands because how the math works out in the mirror is Emerald Slash does 50. If you have a muscle band, it'll do 70. And then they can go Genesect Megalo Cannon for 100 to knock you out. So if you heal with Jinx, they need 2 muscle bands to knock out that Virizion, which just kind of makes it a lot harder on them. Force them to play more resources. So just starting off with Skyla for Ultra Ball, so probably going to grab Virizion EX and get a manual attachment on it. Not a terrible start. Hoping we can get into a Pyroar and a DCE this next turn. That would be fantastic. And hopefully we can get a couple more Litleo down or some other basic Pokemon. Definitely not going to bench Seismitoad if I don't have to. No reason to. And here's the Ultra Ball. Assume it's grabbing Virizion. I'd be pretty surprised if it's not. These Virizion Genesect decks, all they really want turn 1 is to get Virizion EX down with an energy attached. Yeah, there we go. And if oh, okay, just a pass. Top deck Computer Search. That's a pretty dang good top deck. I think I'm going to Computer Search and could grab Pyroar or I could grab DCE. There's 3 DCEs in the deck, so statistically I should grab DCE because I have 5 outs to Scorching Fang Pyroar and 3 outs to DCE. But I don't need to attack this turn. Might just be better to grab Pyroar here. I think I am. It feels safer. Yeah. Feels safer. We don't need to get a knockout this coming turn. And I could Ultra Ball here for another Pokemon. I don't think I need to. Yeah, we're just gonna pass. This Pyroar cannot be knocked out by it's not even gonna be hit by Virizion here. And we can go, oh, we have the Lysander set up. This is perfect. We can go Lysander, knock out the Genesect that's probably going to get powered up from this. Prevent any tricky G-Booster plays to get through this Pyroar. I'm going to, if I take a knockout this turn, I'm going to go down to 3 prizes if I play the Lysander and don't play the N. And then N's going to be my only supporter in hand, which is a little awkward. Okay, going to have to bench Jirachi. I'm probably getting End here, I would assume. Could grab Skyla for Ultra Ball. Nope, just grabbing Juniper. Makes sense. Draw 7 cards. What was discarded? Nothing crazy. Discarded an E-Hammer, so I'm glad I didn't grab DCE for sure. There's a town map. AZ is really interesting. I don't remember Virizion Genesect playing it, but it seems like a really good card in the deck to have. I guess I might not have been super familiar with the Virizion Genesect decks during this format because I don't know how. It wasn't super prevalent probably past this format really. It was still played a decent amount. Oof, that's not good for him. We got Lysander on the guy. I'm gonna Ultra Ball. Just gonna grab a second Pyroar. Scorching Fang. Discard the Fire Energy. Hit for 220 with the Muscle Band. Knockout, and he is left with just a Jirachi EX in play. This feels pretty cooked. I would have to get End into a pretty bad situation here to lose this game, I think. There's a Skyla, so I'm going to get to keep this hand. I'll probably go Ultra Ball for another Litleo and Juniper. And if you guys have any questions about the format, feel free to ask me. I have not been playing this format for very long. Well, I did. I played during this format, but I read the article earlier this morning. I was like, oh crap, that'd be awesome. I should build that format because I have right now I have 2014 states built for. Oh, there's a red signal. 2014 states built, and I did actually build a format very similar to this. I built the format after this. I guess it wasn't expanded though. It was 2015 states. Okay. I'll just put a DC, I guess. Or do I just want the fire? Let's do the fire. It's fine. Bump the Verbank. I could probably just put down Mewtwo. Why not? Scorching Fang. Knock out the Jirachi. Should be pretty much over. One match after this for Grands, I assume. My opponent is left with a Genesect DX and a Dream. I even have a switch card if he has to basically just like red signal end me here, but I mean, I'm eventually just gonna draw out of it. Should be cooked pretty much. He only has one plasma energy left anyways. Yeah. All right, one more game. I think we can just click rematch, I believe. Rematch. Bam. Yeah, definitely supposed to be a favorite matchup for Pyroar. We were able to lose it in winners finals, but hopefully we don't get any hands like that this time. And he drew very well as well, so. I guess I don't know if I win the coin flip or not. I don't know if I'm supposed to let him choose. I'm gonna choose first. I will link it in a sec. Ooh, we started Toad. I'm just gonna. He has E-Hammer. Do I want to attach the DCE? Be liable to E-Hammer. We'll attach it. And we'll pass. Yeah, let me grab it real quick. So this article that UCS posted, well, I believe is the TO, so. There we go. So it was kind of a back and forth debate. Well, Pyroar was legal. It was definitely very prevalent in more of the 2014 format where the Skyro. Okay, he's gonna get bruising set up here. It was definitely more prevalent like right when Pyro dropped because everyone was super worried about it because decks weren't playing counters to it. And so for like 2014 Worlds format, or so for 2014 Nationals, Pyro like did really good at Nationals, and then for Worlds, a lot of the players were ready for it or played some kind of answer to it / tried to. Ooh, don't love that. At least get the item lock here. I can't lose, but I'm gonna get Emerald Slash for 100 here if he has any kind of energy, which does not feel good. Like for example, this Verzian Genesect deck could play Raichu to try and knock out Pyroar. Does get the energy. AZ on Jirachi, that's pretty good. I need to draw basic next turn or I just lose here. Definitely gonna be tough. There's a Pyroar, that's not good. Dang. Well, that's a unfortunate way to end it, but that's Pokemon. Wow, losing to Verzian Genesect, that feels terrible. I think we went positive on Verzian Genesect for the tournament, but feels tough to lose the tournament that way. Anyways, GG's. Unfortunate. I mean, that's basically what happened first game in Grands, but no Litleo is rough. I guess I should have been playing some level balls in here. GG's. Yeah, it definitely provides a lot of context on the format. I would recommend. I just kind of went through some really old Six Prizes articles as well. So, yeah, unfortunate. Still not a bad showing for sure. 7-1. Well, I guess 7-2. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, we ended up 2-2 in games, but we lost, unfortunately. Yeah, rip the Twitter clout. I'll still post it. Who cares? But it would have been cool if we won. Did not win the $1 million prize, unfortunately. But that's okay. Yeah, let me pull up some of the lists that were in that article. I don't think no one played Landy Bats. This is a really cool deck. I remember playing this. I don't think I played it in this format. I played Lucario Bats in 2016, though. That was a super fun deck. I think one person played this Toad Puff deck. This deck's super oppressive and annoying. Thankfully, it doesn't do great into Virzian Genesect. So that was kind of what held this format up, was the Seismitoad decks couldn't, in quotation marks, beat Virzian Genesect, or it should have poor matchups into them. And then unfortunately, after, like, I'd say it got worse after Primal Clash, and then with the Roaring Skies format, when Toad got Shaman, it like probably 50-50 Virzian Genesect. This Plasma deck's really cool. I've been playing this deck a lot in the 2014 States format. Got plus power, which is really funny. Lugia, if you don't know, it has the ability, which basically the attack, it basically is Iron Hands. It does 120, and then Muscle Band lets you do 20 more. Yeah, thank you for hosting the tournament. It was super fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a good blast from the past for sure. So thank you for hosting. Yeah, Lugia is basically Iron Hands, and then Deoxys makes it do 10 more, Muscle Band 20 more, so you can one-shot the EXs and take 3 prizes on them, which is super, super impressive. You try and do that turn 1. You also have plus power and expanded, which is pretty unique. This Mega Manectric list, I think someone was playing this. Donphan Excelgor. We beat that. No one played Aromatisse. Aromatisse was really fun in this format. It did definitely have a tough time into Toad, but pretty fun deck for sure. I was worried about hitting a Mega Manectric deck today. I definitely did not want to hit that. I definitely did not want to hit Empoleon. We might have lost to this too. Depends how fast we get our Pyro set up. This Ho deck is super cool. I think it's really funny it plays Dragonite EX. Dragonite EX is a cool card. Yeah, this Flareon deck was like the set before they made Flareon like insane. Because it played the format after this, it won a regionals with it played Archie's Empoleon, and it played Acrobike was great for it. Extra way to discard Pokemon. And it's really funny this list plays Hugh to discard Pokemon. That's really cool. Because like Flareon was a good deck in this like Revenge Attack, which if you don't know what Flareon does, it does 20 and then 10 more for each Pokemon in your discard pile. But back in these formats, there really wasn't a great way to discard Pokemon. So like they'd be playing weird cards. Like there was a Coffagrigus that like knocked itself out. You play that because it was two more Pokemon in your discard. And then there's it was basically just Juniper and Ultra Ball to discard Pokemon. So you were kind of slowly scaling it up, and then it was really cool because I mean obviously you got Battle Compressor, so you're probably getting maybe like turn 3 OKOs on EXs, or potentially possible. Or you had, these attackers that get hit for weakness, like Raichu, which can knock out an Yveltal EX or a Lugia EX in one shot. You had Leafeon for Kelly Blastoise. Yeah, Flareon was really cool, and I would say it was like, it wasn't quite as broken in this format. It did definitely not super appreciate Trump card, especially Trump card item lock. But against Seismitoad decks, you kind of just set up Leafeon, and you even have the Grass Energy to set up Leaf Blade. Leafeon is resistant. Energy Crush does 20 for each energy they have in play. So if they have, you're going to hit for 80 if they just have the energy for Toad to attack, but you'll hit for more if, obviously, if they have more energy in play. Ray Eels, I don't think this deck was ever like super, super strong and expanded. People were always like very aware of it and expanded though, because It was a super good deck when Eels was in Standard. It was definitely better than playing Raybor in Expanded, but it kind of just got bodied by Toad and Ability Lock, unfortunately. Raikou EX is super cool, though. You can Volt Bolt and snipe their Garbodor, which is super cool. Bronzong. This is a really cool deck. This is a cool deck in Standard. There's not many expanded cards in here, but it's basically like kind of like a Seismitoad deck, except you have well, you just kind of use Toad as an attacker, but you have Dialga EX as kind of the main attacker to do 170 for 4 energy. You also have Heatran as a 1 prize attacker. You get Spiritomb to shut off G-Booster. Someone played this Garchomp Altaria deck. Pretty cool, although it probably is a little power crept, to be honest. But it might have decent matchups. I would just think of it a little inconsistent. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll look at the lists. I want to look at Jonathan Piranda's list. That was cool. Here's that Keldeo Blastoise list. Nice. This is a cool deck. Let's see here. Oops. Tournament. There we go. Yeah, here's the Virizion Genesect list. Played the Jinx. Yeah, Jinx is good in the mirror. I like the AZ as well. Enhanced Hammer was not legal. Enhanced Hammer was a card that was mentioned in one of the articles. Why someone didn't play Yveltal because they were worried about Enhanced Hammer. Definitely a really good card for Virizion Genesect. I think that was about all you switched. There's the Keldeo Blastoise list, which we just saw. Yeah, 10 water. Definitely kind of has a tough time into Toad, although it's probably fine, you know, if you don't price for your Keldeo. So pretty cool deck. Here's the Mega Manectric list. Yeah, this is the Yanmega list. Nice. Yanmega is great against Toad. I would probably just get cooked by this, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the Empoleon list. I think this is pretty close to that article. Yeah, pretty cool deck. Although I think, oh, Furious Fist. Okay, I was like, I think this is the Primal Clash by Bravo. No, it's not. This is. Oh yeah, this was the. Yeah, this is an interesting list. I kind of like this list. This kind of reminds me of the deck that I played at Kitchener Regionals that I was talking about earlier, where it was Primal Clash expanded, but I guess I played it in Standard, but it was Virizion, Mewtwo, Raichu, and I also played Toad too, but it was kind of just like a counter box style deck to beat all the Seismitoad decks that were just running around. Yeah, I like this deck. And then there was, yeah, I wanted to look at this list. This crazy Virizion Genesect Ho-Oh deck. This is super cool. Although I might have sacrificed a little of the consistency to add those Ho-Oh pieces, but no, this deck is super cool. Yeah, a lot of creativity in this format. Obviously, Seismitoad is very oppressive. Virizion Genesect, super strong deck. I'm surprised no Yveltal. I was thinking about playing Yveltal. I was a big Yveltal enjoyer in this. Actually, yeah, in the States format, which that would have been Primal Clash as well. I won Indiana States in juniors with I think it was Yveltal Garbodor. It was either Yveltal Garbodor. It was just like straight Yveltal kind of turbo list. I don't have the list for it anymore, but at Michigan State's, my friend convinced me and my one of my local friends. We played this Camerupt EX Embor deck, which was straight fire. It was so fun. It was just a super fast Camerupt Embor deck, and we had Delphox to draw. We also had Roller Skates, we had Fiery Torch, we had Scorched Earth, we had Trump Card. Totally lost to Seismitoad EX, but it was such a cool deck, and I wish I had the list. I think I put it back together at one point when I was building 2015 States, but if I find it, I'll post it on Twitter, because that's like one of my favorite decks of all time, even though it just gets bodied by Seismitoad. Yeah, super fun tournament. If anyone wants to check out this format more, I will drop that article one more time. Yeah, I really hope I can find that K-Rep import list because that was so fun. I lost to an Eviltoll deck in top 8 because I just got Seismitoad, but it was very cool. It felt like playing like a Shaman EX deck before it was out and like before it was super ridiculous, honestly. One of the few times that like you had a super turbo deck in one of these formats. Although I would say there were definitely some turbo decks, but like most of these decks were like still pretty honest, and like most of their draw engine was supporter based. So, but anyways, thank you guys. Oh, yeah, no, I definitely could. I will later. Here, let me drop my Twitter real quick. Well, I think I found it because I'm pretty sure I just straight up put it together. So I'll have to find that and post it because it was so cool. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I had a lot of fun. Thank you